back to the Blue Hub YouTube channel, and today we're going to be looking at how you can dropship your products using Dia systems. Now, dropshipping in Dia is really straightforward to get set up, and it's a really efficient way you can speed up that process. So to get started, you'll want to head to the inventory and products page, and you'll want to create your products and enable some settings which will allow you to dropship. You can go ahead by clicking the plus button here to create a new product, and we can create our new product. So I'm going to call this Dropship product. We can then assign all of the other mandatory fields such as category, and then select our costing method, unit of measure. And then what we'll want to do now is, first step is under this dropship option here, you'll see if you select the drop down, there's two options. We can either use optional dropship or always dropship. So depending on how that product works for you and how you as a business works will determine which option you select. If you select always dropship, that product Dia will always assume is dropshipped within the system and will follow the dropship process. If it's optional dropship, you'll need to select a box on the sales order itself to confirm that you're actually dropshipping it this time. So if some products you might dropship sometimes you might do it yourself, then you'll want to go with optional. If it's always dropshipped, then you'll want to go with always dropship. For this video, we're going to go ahead and select optional dropship just so I can show you the feature. As always, dropship will still follow the same process. Once you've done this, you'll then want to come ahead to suppliers. You'll want to create your supplier. So we'll add in our supplier in here, Bayside Club, and then we'll want to select this box here to inform Dia that this is our dropship supplier. So if you had multiple suppliers on this list, and let's say it was an optional dropship product, we buy this product from Bayside Wholesale, that's just a standard process, but as and when we decide to dropship it, Dia will know to use this product because we've ticked the dropship option. Okay, so once we've done that, we're all ready to get started, so we can go ahead and save this product in here, and then we can start the process by going to sale and creating a new simple sale, so I can show you how it works. There's no other back-end settings that you need to do, and we're ready to go. So we can start off by entering in our customer. We can make sure all of the other information is populated for us with the customer's billing and shipping addresses. We can then proceed to enter in our order like so by typing in our product. When we select our product, we can then inform the system of the quantity and ensure we have a price in there. As you can see, we've got this dropship box on the right hand side. Now if we decide to untick that, then it's just a normal process. We're going to source this stock ourselves and we're going to fulfill that order ourselves. If we decide to click that box, then that's informing Dia that we wish to dropship this item. So we want to go ahead and make sure that's ticked. If it's always dropship, it will always be ticked. If it's optional, it will give you the choice. Once we're happy, we can then go ahead and select Authorize. Make sure we have a sales rep. Authorize that product. Once we then authorize that product, Dia will look and make sure that this has all the correct items set up in the background for dropshipping an item, and it will automatically create a purchase order for us. As you can see here, dropship purchase task. What you can also see, it's automatically picked, packed and shipped as the supplier is going to be fulfilling this item for us. We can then go ahead and select related orders where we'll be able to see our dropship purchase, and you can see it's currently ordering. If we click the drop down, we can see the item it's for, and if we click the blue hyperlink, we can then go into that purchase order and send it to our supplier. So now we have our purchase order that Dia has created for us, and if we click the arrow in the top right hand corner, we can see that Dia has completed most of the information for us based on the supplier that we assigned as our dropship supplier earlier on. We can then come in here and add any other information such as required by date, but Dia has already entered the supplier's information, and you can see it's even pulled over the shipping address from the customer's order. So we can see South Bank House, Melbourne, Vic. And if we go back to our sales order, you can see that's the customer's address. So it's going to take the customer's address from the sales order and put that as a shipping address on the actual purchase order. So when you send it to your supplier, they know who to deliver it to. On our dropship purchase order now, we can scroll down, you can see our items have correctly pulled over, and we've got the quantity and also the cost that we pay for them. And the only thing for you to do now is authorize this purchase order. ensure you have all the mandatory fields selected, authorize the purchase order, and then we can email this across to the supplier as you would in your normal purchase process. As you can see, there's no stock received section in here because they're going to be drop shipping it on your behalf. And then once you receive your invoice from that supplier, you can then enter in your invoice into the system by populating your invoice number, date, and going ahead and selecting copy. Now that we've logged the supplier's invoice in the system, once we get notified by our supplier that the customer's actually received those items, to finish off the process, we can go back to our sales order, and simply you can go back to the order page and just mark that as fulfilled. You can now see that we're at our final stage, which is the invoice, and this is where we can raise our invoice across to our customer, and we can go ahead and select authorize and then email that out to our customer as following our normal process. So that's how to dropship in Dia. Very straightforward. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any other video ideas you'd like us to cover. Yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.